Good afternoon, Madam Witness. You may kindly take your seat.
Okay.
The witness, for continuation of your testimony before this commission of inquiry, may I remind you that you are still under oath before I hand you over to Madam Chair.
Okay.
Thank you. Madam Chair, I hand over the witness to you for us to proceed.
Ms. Jallow, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma.
Council, can we proceed, please?
Thank you very much, Madam Chairperson. Ms. Jallow, in 2018, all the way to 2019, were you taking the monies to the bank or were you taking it to the area council when you collect your revenue, the revenue?
Nena nyari at yoy si gana moy joge ko 2018 be 2019 nena halis bi nga xamne dang ko day jot si lempo bi wala namo bi fanga ko de yow si bank bi wala si council bi
Dama ko de yobu si principal cashier bi.
I used to take my collections to the principal cashier.
That is Mr. Kanton Kante?
Nena moy Kanton Kante.
Wow.
Very well. It's very
Will
bad.
you normally be audited before you take the collections to the principal cashier?
Nena balanga aga si momba dang de jaar fu ñoy wa audit pour ñu audit la balanga dem si Kanton Kante.
Wa dama dem si auditor ba pare ma soga dem si principal cashier bi.
Yes, I first go to the auditors, then from there I proceed to the principal cashier.
Now in 2020, do you confirm that that was the year you were given the POS machines?
Nena nango nga ne wala leer na siya ne ati 2020 bobu lañ la joxone machine.
Wa.
Yes.
And which bank do you normally bank with?
Nena boba jamano ban bank nga de yobu sa xaliss?
FIB bank.
FIB bank.
Only FIB bank?
Nena FIB rek.
Did after sit ma don deposit GT bank.
I was depositing at the GT bank.
After Fufuta madam Eco bank.
Then from there I proceeded to the Eco bank.
When was that?
Nena lolu kañ la won?
At this period, Eco bank la nek di deposit.
Right now I'm depositing it at the Eco bank.
Why GT bank bi bobu 2 times rek la fa dem.
But for GT bank I've been there for just two times. 2 occasions.
Now in 2020, do you have bank pay-in slips that you have paid to the bank? Is it GT Bank you said?
Nena 2020 ban bank la won GT bank da?
They 2020 they nekuton GT bank.
No, it wasn't GT bank.
Which bank, please?
Nena ban bank la won?
FIB bank.
FIB bank. Nena ba am nga slip yoyu? 2020 am nga slip yoyu bank bi?
Did it.
No.
Why?
Nena lota?
So 2020 bobu nekuton don deposit si bank bi. Bobu den de dem si auditor from there nga dem si principal cashier bi.
In the year 2020 we were not going to the bank. Normally we go to the auditors then to the principal cashier.
My problem is you don't have your cash book for 2021 as well.
Nena fi jafe-jafe bi amoy amulo wala andulo ak cash book bi nga xamne bobu moy 2021.
Wa bobu degala.
That is true.
And most of 2022.
Nena ak yo xamne ci bir ñu bari lu bari ci 2022.
Wa bobu degala parce que 2021 ak 2022 ñoo bokka the same book bi.
Yes, that's true because it happens that 2021, 2022 is in one book.
So how will we know how much you have collected from your weekly collections?
Nena kon ñun naka la ñoo xamé wala naka la ñoo yégué xaalis bi nga xamné jot nga ko ci sa collection bi?
Unless ma dem si bank bi ma try ma xol ndax na mëna am transaction receipt si.
Unless I go back to the bank so that I can just find out where I could be able to lay hands on the receipts or slips.
Parce que book bi set na ko be sona xawma fan la ko misplace set na ko so office bi be sona way mënu mako.
Because I searched thoroughly about the book, but very unfortunate I could not be able to trace the book.
But even with that, if you bring your bank payment slip, we would not know how much your collections are for the week because then you don't have the records.
Nena ba léegi de soo demee si banque sax nga dal di am ay receipt yooyu wala slip yi ngay wax nena be legi de ñun de duñu mëna rañé wala duñu mëna xam ñaata nga de collect wala ñaata nga de jot ci nit ñi bés bu nekk wala semaine bu nekk.
Waaw, unless hana commission mema time magina sajat.
Unless if I am granted time by the commission so that I can go back and make another more site for the book.
What is your date of birth?
Nena kañ nga judo?
1995.
1995.
Okay. Let me ask you. Outside
She has not given the full.
the date, yes. Your date of birth.
My date of
The
birth,
day, month,
22nd
and
May, 22nd May 1995.
22nd May.
Yeah, 1995.
And thank you.
Welcome.
Now, when you sign these lodgement logs, you know these lodgement logs when you go to the auditor?
Nena suñu ne log mel log xam nga bobu nonu lo xamne so demé ci auditor bi ñu fa def fekk ba sign.
Wow.
Yes.
Do you sign the lodgement logs?
Nena dang ko def sign.
Wow.
Yes.
Do you normally go before the auditor
Nena dang de dem ci
to be
auditor.
audited?
You lay audit.
Wow, dama lay dem ci auditor.
Yes, I do.
Now, Madam Jallow, how long would you need a time for you to check your cash book and come back and report to the commission?
Nena legi ñaata ñu may la ñaata waxtu pour nga mëna dem seet sa book bi pour nga isi walé ko ci commission bi fi.
Suma mune am 1 week bahna parce que at this period man ci l'hôpital bak suma dafa xara febar man ak mo ñoo fa nekk waye suma mune am 1 week bahna.
If I am given 1 week, that will be okay. Very unfortunate that now my mother is admitted at the hospital and I'm taking care of her there. But if I got a week, it's better.
Madam Chair, the witness has asked for a week to be able to look for the cash book that covers the period 2021 to 2022.
Miss Jallow, we are sorry to hear that your mom is at the hospital.
Thank you, ma.
And we wish her speedy recovery.
Thank you, ma.
We will give you 1 week from today.
Thank you,
So
ma.
that will be next week, Wednesday.
Thank you, ma.
Wednesday?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Munadema.
Yes, Miss Jallow, you can go so that when you come back next week, Wednesday,
Yeah.
then we can round up your evidence.
Okay, thank you, ma.
That time you would have brought the cash book and then,
Thank you, ma.
we can quickly. If you had your cash book, you would have finished your evidence.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Please call in the Mr. Saidykhan, please. Mr. Bojan. We'll see you next week, Wednesday.
Good afternoon, Mr. Witness. Welcome back, Mr. Witness, for continuation of your testimony before this Commission of Inquiry. May I remind you that you are still under oath before I hand you over to Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you.
Madam Chair, I hand over the witness to you for us to proceed.
Mr. Saidykhan, you're welcome back.
Yeah, thank you.
I hope you had your lunch.
Yes.
Good. Council, can we proceed?
Yes, thank you very much. Mr. Saidykhan, We were discussing the issues regarding your deposits in the account of your finance director and your CEO.
Yes.
And you said you would only know when you have made the withdrawals from the ACRES account and the deposit when you see the bank account, correct? Correct, sir?
Pardon?
You said you will only know most of those transactions if you see the time. The
Yes,
details.
yes.
But let me ask you generally,
Yeah.
have you ever been given monies to deposit into the account of the finance director and the CEO after making withdrawals?
No, my own withdrawals. From my own withdrawals.
No, whether you have been given money to deposit to the account of the finance director and the CEO after you have made withdrawals. I'm not saying from the same money, but after you have made withdrawals and given the money to the director of finance or the CEO. Do you understand?
Yeah, I understand. It might be. I'm not sure 100%, but it might be.
It might be.
Yeah.
That there are times that after making withdrawals, you will now be given extra money to go and put
Yeah, it might
into
be.
the account.
Yeah. That's why I was asking for the
details.
time. Yeah, the time.
To recollect your thoughts.
Yeah.
Madam Chairperson, we will be writing to the banks to get the details of the transaction. Unless there are other questions from the commissioners, we want to discharge the witness for now and recall him regarding the monies that are deposited into the accounts of the Director of Finance and the CEO, so as to refresh his memory regarding the timing of those withdrawals and deposits, the transactions. We have another witness as well that is lined up.
There is another witness also?
Yes, yes. I was told by the registrar.
All right, the application is granted. Mr. Saidykhan, we will give you time for you to be able to reconcile, you understand, the accounts properly,
Okay.
you know, so that, how much time do you wish us to give Mr. Saidykhan, counsel?
I believe 1 week will be sufficient because we have to write to the bank and we expect that they will respond within a week.
So we will expect you here next week, Thursday.
So what about tomorrow? About the payroll that you told me?
Yes, you can bring in the payroll.
Tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay.
When you bring in the payroll, you can see the registrar will advise you what to do.
Okay, okay.
As the commission, please.
Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Witness. So you can place your papers on top of the table. You can place them here. Okay, you hold on to this mic and make sure you speak into the mic. Come closer here. Okay. Mr. Witness, welcome to this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and Related Matters. What is your religion? Your religion?
Islam.
Okay. In which language do you wish to make your testimony? In which language do you wish to make your testimony? English is fine. Okay. Do you wish to swear by the Holy Quran or make an affirmation? Okay. Madam Chair, the witness wishes to swear by the Holy Quran. Can you hold the Holy Quran by your right hand side? Okay. And then repeat after me. I, Amadou Toure, do swear that I'll speak the truth,
I will speak the truth,
the whole truth,
in all truth,
and nothing but the truth.
and nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me Allah.
Thank you. You may be kindly seated. Madam Chair, the witness is sworn. I have the honor to hand over the witness to you for us to proceed. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Toure.
Good afternoon, ma.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
Council, can we proceed, please?
Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. Please tell the Commission what your name is.
Thank you. My name is Amadou Toure, from Mandinaring, and I'm also a staff at Brikama Area Council.
Okay.
Yeah.
You work as an accounts clerk, or I see a paying cashier.
Yes, cashier.
Cashier.
Yeah.
Now, since when have you been appointed or employed?
2019, since 2019.
Do you have your appointment letter?
Yes, I have my appointment letter.
And your confirmation letter as well? Were you confirmed?
No, I was given the accountant. I'm not having the confirmation letter.
No, but were you confirmed?
Whether I was confirmed?
Whether you were confirmed?
Yes, I was confirmed.
But do you have the letter with you?
No, I don't have the confirmation letter with me here.
Where is that letter?
Probably, maybe I will get that, but it's not with me as I am right now.
Okay. Let me just have the appointment letter.
Yeah, that's here.
We apply to tender an offer of appointment as a cashier letter addressed to Mr. Amadou Toure with reference number BAC/019/A with the date 1st January 2019, signed by Mr. Ibrahim Sawane for CEO. Mr. Ibrahim Sawane is the acting director of admin, into evidence as an exhibit.
Mr. Toure, do you have Where's the original of this appointment letter?
The original, in the interim when I was called, I searched for it. I couldn't see it, but I have this thing in my phone. So
Okay.
I printed that one out.
Okay. A letter dated the 1st of January 2019 with reference BAC/019/8 addressed to Mr. Amadou Toure, Mandinari Village, Kombono District. The letter is signed by Mr. Ibrahim Sawane for Acting Director of Admin, for Chief Executive Officer. The letter is copied to the Chairman, Brikama Area Council, Director of Finance, Chairperson, Establishment and Appointment Committee. The letter is admitted as an exhibit in evidence and it is marked as LGC/AT/BKAC/001.
Ask the commission, please. Now, you made a statement to the investigators, sir?
Yes.
In fact, you gave 3 statements, 1 statement and 2 additionals. Do you recall this?
Yes, yes.
We'll give you those statements, and please go through the statements and tell the commission whether those are the statements you gave to the investigators. The first should be dated the 25th of March 2024. Do you have that with you? Please go through the statement, and you can tell the commission whether that is a statement you gave. Is that the statement you gave to the investigators?
Yes, yes.
All 3 statements?
Yes, all.
Do you confirm that, sir?
Yes.
We apply to tender statement from the witness, Amadou Toure, dated the 25th of March 2024. But wait a minute, there are attachments to the statement. Have you seen those attachments? These are supposed to be withdrawals you have made to the area council's account, sir?
Yes, I've seen.
correct?
Yes.
And there are also vouchers that you have mentioned in your statement regarding or seeking to clarify why those payments were made, correct?
Yes.
Is that correct, sir?
Yes, yes.
And a payroll that is attached to the vouchers.
A payroll.
The payroll, yes, as in, let me see. Yes, you have the payroll to explain why payments were made or why the vouchers were raised. Have you seen the attachments? The documents that are attached to the statement.
Yes, I'm seeing the attachment.
Is that correct, sir?
Yes.
You have the vouchers and you have payrolls that have been signed by individuals.
Yes.
We apply to tender the statement of Amadou Toure, dated the 25th of March 2024, with the necessary attachments. You have the vouchers that have been mentioned in his statement and the payrolls that follow the vouchers therein. The second statement is dated the 23rd of April 2024, and the third one is 24th of April 2024. There are additional statements to the statement dated the 25th of March 2024 into evidence as an exhibit.
The statement of the witness, Mr. Amadou Toure, dated the 25th of March, with vouchers attached thereto, statement of withdrawals from the bank, and extracts from the payroll. This document, together with the second statement dated the 23rd of April 2024, attached to the said statement is also withdrawals from various banks. Attached to the said statement, the third statement dated the 24th of April 2024, made by the said witness, Mr. Amadou Toure, are all admitted in a bundle together as exhibit and marked as LGC/80/BKAC/002.
As the commission places. Now, Mr. Toure, can you tell the commission what your educational background is?
Yes. I attended Kombo Kerwani Upper Basic School.
Yes.
And then proceeded to Nusrat Senior Secondary School, where I completed my grade 12. And then I also attended Management Development Institute, MDI, where I did AAT under Accounting and Finance. And I also got the certificate Diploma in Accountancy and Finance under AAT program. Yes.
And currently, are you pursuing any?
Yes, I'm already enrolled, though I have not started yet, but already the application is there already.
For?
ACCA, pursuing ACCA.
Right. Now, how can you define or explain your role as a paying out cashier?
Yes, as you said, I'm the paying out cashier, as the name depicts. I used to be allocated with funds to make payments and then also assisting in accounting services and other responsibilities
Okay.
in the finance department.
So how are you allocated these funds? What is the process? We want to know. You have to tell us about the process involved in the allocation of funds, how you manage the funds, what guides you in conducting your duties in paying out funds or monies that you are to pay to either vendors or suppliers, you name it, whoever is to be paid.
Yes, always if you are to make payments, first you need to have transactions.
Yes,
And that transactions also should have vouchers,
yes,
that we prepare.
yes.
So normally, I will be given an amount of or a voucher,
Yes.
like a calculated amount of vouchers. Then I will be given an amount equivalent to that.
Yes.
Then I will make payments. At the end of the day, I will be called for reconciliation. Then after the reconciliation, I tender the vouchers.
Do you keep a cash book?
Whether I keep a cash book?
Yes.
No.
How do you record these transactions?
How I record what?
How do you record these transactions? If monies are allocated to you, how do you keep these books of accounts? How do you do this reconciliation?
Yes, the reconciliation is done to a higher authority, because in the first place,
There is no office at the area as we call a higher authority.
yes, I'm just speaking in sense, like
You
someone in authority.
We don't need you to speak in sense. We want you to tell us exactly what obtains and just use the correct terminology where it exists.
Yes, a senior person.
There is no office called a senior person's office.
I'm not saying an office, but I'm saying an individual.
There is no individual called a senior person. You should know exactly what I'm talking about. You're supposed to be a professional.
Yes, we normally.
You just wait a minute. You have the director of finance, you have the CEO, you have cashiers there, and you have senior accounts clerk. So you speak along those lines.
Yeah, you say how I make the payment. So
Yes.
that's where I'm coming, and probably I will end with that. Like the person, the individual whom I make the reconciliation with.
So mention the office or the individual status.
Yes, it used to be the financial manager,
So go ahead.
the manager, and the director of finance. These are the
Yes.
people whom I did the reconciliation with.
Now, I want you to explain the process when you were allocated funds, what follows, and whether these funds are in cash or you have to go to the bank and withdraw, and who prepares these vouchers. How do you get receipt of these funds? Who prepare the vouchers? And once you have paid.
Yeah,
paid
mostly we have to go to the bank and withdraw first. When we withdraw, after the withdrawal, and then we will make payments.
Now, how do you withdraw from the bank? What authorization would you receive which will grant you the powers to go and withdraw from the bank? What is the process?
The process is a check is raised in my name,
Yes,
and then I will be told to go and withdraw.
yes.
I think that's it.
So if a check is raised in your name, will vouchers accompany these checks?
Whether the vouchers proportionate.
Will vouchers accompany these checks, the supporting documents?
No, normally I will be given a check
Yes.
first. Then I will go and withdraw. Then after that, when I bring the cash,
Yes,
an amount will be allocated
yes.
together with the vouchers for me to go and make the payment.
Is that proper? Is that a proper system of accounting?
Whether that is proper.
Yes, as in, you just wake up one day in the morning and you're given a check in your name.
No.
Amadou Toure, go and withdraw $1 million. Is that proper?
It's not proper.
Why is it not proper?
Because the normal process should be, if you give someone the check, you should go with a supporting document.
Yes,
Yes, to know this check is for this.
yes.
Yes.
Now, you knew it was not proper back then.
No.
When did you know it was not proper?
It was now.
Now, when is now to you?
It's after that I made the investigations, because before I never know that going to, you being given a check, because it's there, it's a trend there, that's what they're using.
Yes.
You know, I came, I alone, I cannot change it. Yes.
Go ahead.
What I can do is, if I see it that it's not proper, I can only make suggestion as per my level, you know, towards it.
Did you make those suggestions?
Where I did the suggestions?
Yes.
Well, in some instances, yes.
So it means you knew at the time it was wrong.
I said some instances.
Even one instance, it means you knew it was wrong. That's why you suggested that it should be done in the right way.
No, the suggestion was different.
What is the suggestion? What was the suggestion?
It's like, my suggestion was to pay for incomplete vouchers, to make payment for vouchers that are not incomplete.
I don't understand. What
I mean incomplete vouchers, incomplete.
What do you mean to pay for incomplete vouchers? What do you mean by that?
Like at the council,
Yes.
you can come in the morning and there will be no current. We don't have any standby generator there. So in order for you to effect payments, you need to have the vouchers complete, prepared first.
Yes.
And then all the signatures.
Yes.
So there are instances that you go and then almost half a day you will not have light.
Yes.
So, and they would want the transactions to be stagnant. So they will pin you or ask you to make payment, to be flexible. You make payment, after which the transaction can be done.
Go ahead.
Yes.
That flexibility does not exist. The flexibility must be within the ambit of the law.
That's true.
Yes, you don't have that flexibility to dictate how the funds of councils can be used without you following the dictates of the law. Do you understand that?
Yes, I understand.
So if the council do not have a standby generator, that's council's problems. You guys generate money. It's a revenue generating institution. Is that not the case?
That's the case, but I would normally not dictate that or have any say in that.
I 100% agree. I myself will not dictate that. But then when they do not dictate that themselves and they don't have the generator to manage the institution, that doesn't mean they can flout the rules. Is that not the case? But you have advised that the proper procedure must be followed in the event payments are to be made. So, Mr. Today, the bottom line is you knew at the time that the system of signing checks in your name just like that without any supporting documents is wrong. That you knew.
To be honest, I didn't know that it was wrong.
If you say that, then I doubt how you achieved your education, your qualification. It says here, I hold AAT Advanced Diploma in Accounting and Finance from Management Development Institute, MDI.
Not advanced.
I see advanced there. Here. I'm reading verbatim, word for word.
Yes, from this statement, it's advanced. I went back to these people to clarify this.
I
They said I can clear.
I gave you your statement. You read it over again. In fact, you took the longest time among most of the witnesses to be able to make the corrections. You did not. So what would be the correct?
Diploma. You know, when I was saying, I even say it. I said diploma.
So tell us the full qualification.
Diploma.
Not AAT.
Yes, AAT, diploma.
AAT,
you know, they
diploma.
Advanced, they put advanced there.
Okay.
Yes.
So you have AAT diploma, in
yes.
accounting and finance from MDI.
Yes.
And when was this?
Sure.
When did you have this qualification?
This was from, I think, 2014 to 2016.
To 2016.
Yes.
These transactions you have done are in 2018 going forward. So you have had the training well before, so many years. So what is your excuse?
Like I said, I think you understand that point, that the council there is a trend.
I know, I agree.
Yes. So me coming, my opinions would only be suggestion, but I cannot change it.
That's
and
true.
At the time, I didn't see it as wrong, to be honest. It was after that when I come here, you know, I've been called just because of my withdrawals, that I know, you know, it shouldn't be like that.
That's where I have a problem with you regarding the fact that you have studied AAT diploma in accounting and finance. And this you have studied so many years before 2018, correct?
2019.
I don't understand.
I joined the council 2019.
Yes, 2019 going forward.
Yes.
And you have had this qualification already.
Yes.
So, affecting you directly, check signed in your name, that following due process directly, you were in a position to know it was wrong because of your education and your qualification.
If I had.
No, you were in a position to know. I'm not saying you knew, you were supposed to know. Do you agree with that? You had some training and some qualifications.
If at all that was that supportive administration.
Increase your voice, speak into the microphone.
Yes, I said if at all there was that, forum for that, to realize that, because I studied in theory, but the practical was where I was employed. So.
No, you were employed in the practical because you have studied the theory.
Yes.
That is how it works. You don't go and study the theory first and then you study the theory first, and then you now get your employment. Your certificate is what earns you your job, I want to believe.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. So if you had not gone to school and studied this course, you probably wouldn't have been employed in a normal setting in that position.
That's true. I just see that the qualification and the work experience. And the
your
work.
voice.
Yes, I said the qualification and the work I think is different.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Extremely different does not mean that you have studied accounting, you are going to be told, or you are going to work as an electrician. We are talking about that difference. We are talking about the fact that even though you have studied, but you now have to come and practicalize it. But it's what you have studied that you are you are expected to practice.
Yes.
If not, there's no need to go to school and study accounting. Everyone can do your job. Correct?
Probably.
You agree? Now, most of these withdrawals were made. They did not follow due process, and it is like so many, like millions of dollars over the years from 2019 that you have been employed, the Saidykhan, and so we need you to explain to us as to why these withdrawals were made to the best of your ability. Do you understand? Now, you have the senior accounts clerk.
Yes.
And you work in the same unit?
Yes, we work in the same unit, all finance.
So as a paying cashier, out cashier, you don't have a cash book, you said?
No, I don't have a cash book.
A cash book.
Yes.
And you only do your reconciliation with the finance manager?
Yes.
Only the finance manager?
No, even the director of finance.
And the director of finance. And how do you do this reconciliation?
Like I explained when I was starting, I said an amount is given.
Yes.
And then when I effect the payment, then
yes.
I will be called. I will go there. I will go to him.
Yes.
Either of them.
Yes.
Yes, to make the reconciliations, and then after that I will tender the documents.
Okay. Now let me draw your attention to just go to the second page of your statement, the first statement. There's a voucher number. There's a voucher BAC, Brigadier Council payment voucher number 21001634 and payment voucher 2021/1633.
Yes.
Where you said this voucher is about is it allowance payment for court members for
Yes.
the month of June 2021. Said this voucher has some irregularities such as lack of CEO's approval. One person signed for others on the voucher, and also no signatures against other names. So please tell us more about this particular payment.
Yes, I can explain that. The voucher.
In question.
Yes, the voucher in question.
Yes.
Having one signatory signed for others.
Yes.
I think that should be the court members' voucher.
Yes.
That one, all these chiefs and their court members, the chief
Yes.
and their court members, they all have badge messengers.
Yes.
And they would send these badge messengers to come and collect this money on their behalf.
Yes.
So normally when they come, that one person would sign for all of these people.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, the voucher number 202-1633. Do you currently have that with you? It is signed by the accounts clerk.
1633.
It is signed by the accounts clerk. Correct?
Yes.
The CEO signed this one.
I don't know whether the CEO signed or not.
Yes, the CEO signed.
Okay.
That's the officer in charge of vote. Is that what the CEO?
Yes, that's him.
And the finance director at internal audit.
Yes.
And the paying out cashier? Is that supposed to be you?
Yes.
Why did you not sign the voucher?
Normally that place, they don't sign it.
Why?
Because
Why is that?
The people who are receiving it supposed to sign in that place.
There's no requisition.
Requisition for?
The payroll you have, when you attach it, there must be a request that these people must be paid, that's the reason why they are being paid. You only have a payroll, but you don't have the requisition. The payroll itself, cannot explain anything as to why they are being paid.
I don't have that as well.
You don't have that?
Like you are saying, whether you should have a requisition.
Yes. Do you know what a requisition is?
Yes, the amount requested, to know that this particular payment is for this.
It's more or less like a letter that requests that payment must
Yes.
be done to a certain person or individuals, and the reason why that
They
payment should
receive
be
that
done.
payment, yes.
Yes, yes. So why is this not accompanied with a requisition?
These court members, we pay them monthly like the staffs. They also have their allowance, after every end of month. Like
Yes.
when we are paying the salaries, we pay them, along.
No, I'm not
And some of
saying
the
that.
councillors.
I'm just pointing out the defects in the voucher.
Yes,
What I am pointed out.
you said whether there,
It's a
has been a
requisition.
request to it.
A request for payment. The request for payment will explain as to why, or to justify the payment. To tell you that these 4 people or 5 people are court staffs, they need to be paid because of XYZ. You don't have that.
Perhaps the director should be having that.
But you're the paying out cashier, my friend. You're the paying out cashier. You're the one to make sure you tick all the boxes before you pay. Is that not the case? The director will have his own responsibility. His responsibility, all your responsibility is included in the responsibility of the director of finance, but that does not absolve you from performing your functions. I'm not sure whether I'm making sense.
Yes, it's making sense.
What do you understand? What do you understand from what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand.
What?
Like you said, I was supposed to write a request
Yes?
for that particular payment.
Not you. You are the paying out cashier.
Yes,
You make sure that the approvals
the payment is
follow
done.
due process, and then therefore once everything is, all the boxes are ticked,
Yes,
the supporting documents are all present, then
Yes.
you pay
Yes.
out the dalasi.
yes,
Is that not the case?
yes.
But you do not do that. You only pay to people that you are asked to pay.
They only give me the voucher and the amount to pay.
Yes.
Yes,
And that's it.
yes.
So the other voucher, the CEO did not sign the voucher. Correct? But the director of finance signed the voucher. Do you see that? The 121001634. You will see that.
Yes.
Why will you authorize payment when the CEO did not sign or to authorize the payment?
I don't authorize the payment. I'm
Okay,
giving
fine,
vouchers.
fine. Let me rephrase. Why would you effect payment when
Yes.
the CEO did not authorize the payment?
I'm normally giving these vouchers and the amount to pay
Yes.
from the Director of Finance.
I know.
So if he is the first point of contact with these
Yes.
vouchers.
Yes.
So when he give me, the vouchers and the money to pay,
Yes.
I would effect the payment.
No. You have to make sure they're in line. You must make sure they are in order. Your job is not just to follow instructions blindly.
No.
Is that not the case?
Yes.
Your job is to make sure the documents are in place before you effect payment. That's what I'm trying to discuss with you.
I believe he should have realized that and before even putting it to me to make payments as his junior.
Yes?
Yes?
No, I disagree with that.
Okay.
So you're saying even if he's wrong, genuinely wrong, you can't even tell him that, but Sir XYZ is missing?
I'm not denying the fact that paying an incomplete voucher is wrong.
You please
But-
speak into the microphone.
Yes, I'm speaking. I said I'm not denying the paying an incomplete voucher being
Yes.
wrong, but
Yeah.
what I'm saying is
Yes,
the first point of contact with the vouchers,
yes,
as the more senior person,
yes,
should know that even before giving me the tax to pay.
yes. That is true. I agree with that.
Yes.
Your explanation is very correct. But that is the responsibility of the finance director.
Yes.
That's why I said in the beginning, for whatever you are liable for, the finance director may be liable for. He has the oversight function. He has the overall responsibility together with the CEO. But you can't capitalize on that for you failing to do what you have to do. We have a voucher here that the CEO did not sign. It was sent to you to effect payment. What should you do?
If it is not complete, I would normally say that.
Why did you not state that here?
Why?
Did you not state that the voucher is incomplete?
I wasn't scrutinized pertaining to that.
Why?
I wasn't asked.
Two.
Like you just mentioned the question.
No, Mr. Ture,
Yes.
you had explained here that the process of payment involves vouchers being prepared, sent to you.
Yes.
Is that not the case?
Yes.
And then, with all the necessary supporting documents, and you will carry on with the instruction.
Yes.
But where the authority is lacking because the CEO did not sign the voucher, do you have full authority to
Whether-
effect payment?
Whether I have?
Whether the voucher, whether the voucher is duly authorized in the absence of this signature of the CEO?
Whether I've been making payments like that?
No, I'm using these words where I thought
Okay.
maybe you understand what I'm saying was the way you started. But I'm just saying, if the CEO did not sign the payment voucher,
Yes.
is that payment voucher valid?
No.
Then why did you effect payment? Why did you effect payment?
Normally, like I said, it's from the director
Yes.
to me that I will make the payment. And I
you
can
believe
say
it's-
less to that because
Come again?
he works hand in glove with the CEO.
Do you believe
So-
it's wrong? What you did? Paying out without making sure.
It's wrong.
It's wrong.
It's wrong.
So now, let me ask that you be given the financial manual by the registrar. Please turn to page 35. Are you there?
Yes.
You will see section 504 of the financial manual. It reads control of expenditure.
Yes.
You see that?
Yes, I've seen.
Where it says that the expenditure of the council shall be within the approved estimates, of course. All payments made must follow due process, as stated in this chapter. For all expenditure, the C, appropriate payment voucher must be completed by the finance staff, which you are an integral part of.
Yes.
Do you agree?
I
As the
agree.
paying out cashier. That the
Yes.
payment voucher must be accompanied by the appropriate supporting documents, such as purchase orders, original invoice bill or debt note, no debit note, timesheets, goods received note, receipt voucher, and payroll, etc. So all the necessary supporting documents must be present. Do you see that?
I've seen it, and it's true.
Yes,
But that was not the case.
that was not the case.
Yes.
Fair enough. You turn to the next page. It talks about the rules that you have. Says that the payment voucher and the supporting documents and ensure that they have been properly analyzed and certified by relevant officers, including the internal auditor, before they are passed to the CEO for payment. Payment vouchers must be properly authorized by the CEO and other responsible officer. Do you see that?
Yes, I've seen it.
It has to be authorized by the CEO and the finance director. Both of them must sign. In fact, it tells you the people that must sign this payment voucher. So where one is missing, should you carry on with payment?
Like I've mentioned.
No. First the answer, and then you explain. If you explain, then we will probably that will give the commission.
I will come to it.
Your answer first, and then you give an explanation.
Okay, you said repeat.
That the law says, paragraph E, page 36, that is in section 504, says the payment voucher must be properly authorized by the CEO or other responsible officer delegated by him to do so. Do you see that?
Yes.
Now it says the CEO must make sure that the payment voucher is correctly made out with all supported documents properly classified. Do you see that?
Yes.
I'm now telling you the law clearly outlines what must or who must endorse the payment voucher, who must append their signature depending on the office that they hold. If it is internal auditor, why must it pass to the internal auditor? Why? Why must it pass through the internal auditor?
Yes, they need to, show their blessings first to the voucher that the transaction is genuine.
Yes.
Yes, then to the CEO.
Yes.
And the director of finance.
So the internal auditor has a very, very important function. The genuinity of the transaction is broad.
Yes.
You have to look at the revenue heads. You have to look at whether funds are available and so on and so forth. And then you authorize. The CEO also have a similar mandate. The finance director has a similar mandate. So there's check and balance. So when everything is done and it comes to you as the paying out cashier, you must ensure that all these steps are followed. Is that not the case?
That's the case, and it's true.
But then,
like I said, if I'm given the voucher to make payments, you
just pay.
I make the payment, I effect the payment. But first, like what I mentioned earlier, normally, in fact, I don't know if that is the case, but most of the time we have transactions like that, whereby when there is no current, they would let the transactions be done.
Yes.
And then after they prepare, when they prepare the vouchers, they can complete. So I don't know whether due to forgetfulness or what, why you still have the vouchers that are not complete. But normally, even the CEO would accept if they take the voucher back to him to make the signature.
Mr. Ture.
Yes.
Whether there was current or not, that cannot be anyone's concern.
I'm just saying what led to this.
No, and I understand that, and I really commend you for your answer. Because I'm just telling you that is the blunt answer. That is the honest truth. The idea that you will not stick to what the law says is no one's fault. Is that not the case?
Yes.
So if you choose to have a shortcut and there's a problem, then there's a problem, and that's it.
All right.
But it's good that you are giving us that information. That's fine. But the voucher is not complete.
That's true.
But payment was done. Now, when payment is done, you have to stamp it paid to be able to account for the vouchers that have passed through the test of time, that they have been raised, duly raised, and payments were done. But that also is not done as well.
Pardon?
When a voucher is raised,
Yes.
it has to be stamped paid if payment is done.
It has to be stamped.
Yes. You don't know this?
By who?
Let me read to you. Still 504, control of expenditure, page 36. Go to page 36.
Okay, I'm there.
Go to paragraph G.
Okay.
Please read paragraph G.
Paid vouchers.
Yes.
After payment has been effected, all payment
Into the microphone, please.
after payment has been effected,
Yes.
all payment vouchers and their supporting documents
Yes.
shall be stamped paid. If payment is made by check,
Yes.
the check number shall be written on the payment voucher before filling.
Yes.
Yes.
What do you understand with that?
I understand very well.
What do you understand?
You said stamped, and that I was not given any stamp.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
I'm just saying it's very clear. After payment has been effected, all payment vouchers and their supporting documents shall be stamped paid. You are the paying out cashier. We need to know the vouchers because we had the senior accounts clerk who tried to tell us that there is a voucher that was not paid.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I
Maybe
wouldn't
not.
know because I don't. My only point of contact with the vouchers is when it's payment.
Yes.
When I effect that, I tender it back.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
The ones that are paid must be classified as paid. They must be marked as paid. There has to be a stamp, which would indicate that this voucher was duly raised and payment was done successfully. If payment was not done, there's also another step. What do you do when payment is not done?
When a payment is not done,
Yes, for many reasons. Maybe you want to pay Mr. Toure. Mr. Toure is nowhere to be found.
if it is not paid and maybe the person to be paid is not around, if he comes later, the payment will be made.
Okay, how about if he doesn't come later?
If he does not come later,
Yes.
then maybe that's left to the
Guys,
yes.
what did you study? You just study to have a job and that's it?
I said maybe that's left to the.
I'm just telling you, you
if
just
I'm
study to have a
given-
job, you have the job, you work for the area council, it's business as usual, no one really cares. You don't want to even develop yourself. You are supposed to be an accountant or works in the accounts unit.
Of course, I want to.
No, you don't. And like you said, if you have given us a clear picture of what Birkama Area Council was, and therefore, with that kind of environment, you don't need to struggle to even survive because no one follows regulations. Is that not the case?
Yes.
Yes, no one does. And if you do not follow regulation, you will not develop yourself. You look like a smart individual, but then judging from what we see, you're not even familiar too much with your responsibility.
That's the system.
That's what I'm saying. The
Yes.
system has turned you to people that you're not supposed to be.
You can say that.
Yeah, genuinely, I'm being honest to you.
You can say that.
Because these are things that are basic. Basic accounting. You don't even need to be an accountant to know some of these things. Well, to be fair, you have to be an accountant to know some of these things. But if you're an accountant and you don't know some of these things, it means you have not been developing yourself, Mr. Toure. So you allowed your bosses, your seniors to just dictate you anyhow, and you just release funds anyhow, make payments anyhow without following due process. Were you familiar with the financial manual?
It was lately that I searched it, that I have it in my phone
How do you know it exists? You search what you know it exists.
when the commission started.
When the
Commission started.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Fair enough. So you were never given this?
I was
financial
never
manual?
given it.
You were operating purely based on instructions from your seniors?
That's how it operates.
Fair enough. Mr. Your honesty, again, is commendable. It may not absolve you entirely, but at least the commissioners know what operated on the ground in Brikama. Any questions before I proceed with the witness? Now, let me discuss with you your withdrawals, Mr. Ture.
Yes.
I know you have a general answer for it, but still, let's discuss your withdrawals. Are you giving a copy of your withdrawals? We have a copy that will guide you in relation to the withdrawals you have done. Do you have a copy?
No, I don't have.
I will ask that you be given a copy. Yes. You have it? That shows the amounts of monies you have been withdrawing since you were employed from the accounts of the area council.
Okay.
And as far as we, the lawyers, are concerned, your withdrawals were unlawful, but you can also prove otherwise. The commissioners will listen to you. Do you understand that? Do you understand that, sir?
Yes.
Good. So we start. The Supersonics account. You know, the area council keeps a Supersonics account which you are familiar with.
Yes, they have a special account.
You have been given several checks in your name.
Yes.
As whether you're the paying out cashier or so, but you have been given several checks written in your name.
Yes.
For instance, on Sunday, February 7th, 2021, you withdrew $400,000.
Yes.
What was that for? Do you know?
$2021.
Yes.
No, I don't think I would be able to recall.
Why?
Because you will be given a check.
Yes.
To go and make withdrawals.
Yes.
You know, without it being accompanied with any
supporting document.
Yes.
And you just go and withdraw. Because the check says the money is paid to you. That's what the check says. The money is paid to you. It says Brikama Area Council had paid you $400,000.
That's true. They said
So
me to make withdrawal.
So, come again, sir?
I said that's true. They said me to make withdrawals.
Yeah, I know.
No.
I will fairly say yes, but I'm just trying to tell you that is what it suggests, that payment is made to you for your benefit, $400,000.
Yes.
Now, if I have to ask you, where is this money? What would you say?
As per what the money is withdrawn for, this is beyond me. We are not privy to, what's the purpose of the money that is withdrawn.
But that's why it's dangerous.
But most cases, it would be, as far back I can recall, this would be normally when I go to make most of the withdrawals. It's during for salaries. Most of it.
7th of February cannot be for salaries. It's on Sunday. In fact, I see Sunday here. I'm not sure who makes withdrawals on Sundays, but I see February 7th. But let me say February 7th to be on the safe side. February 7th, no one makes a withdrawal for salaries. Do you agree with that?
That wouldn't be salaries.
Exactly.
It might be expenses, but not.
But now the money is paid to you. I now ask you, where is that money? And what was it used for?
Withdrawal on Sunday.
No, forget the Sunday part. You've withdrawn on the February 7th, 2021.
Council, I said I'm not privy to the purpose of the money.
You have to be aware as to why checks are drawn in your name.
That was supposed to be the case.
Yes. That is why you are here. because what was supposed to be the case was not the case.
That's true.
Now, this June 7th again, I think it's June 7th is Monday, June 7th, 2021, $232,000, $232,395. You also cannot know what it is for. Right?
Yes.
12th February 2021, $200,000. It's the same story?
Yes.
Again, 12th February 2021, $500,000, $500,000. Same story, sir?
These are serious transactions.
These are?
I said they are serious transactions.
Yes.
And what I can recall from my withdrawals is,
Come again, please proceed.
I said what I can recall from my withdrawals is normally when we withdraw, we would make, if at all we will not withdraw and then go and deposit it to another bank, then it will be for expenses like for maybe during salaries.
Now, salaries.
Yes.
The manual, the financial manual, talks about payments, the various types of payments, the financial and accounting manual. Do you understand that?
Yes.
So now I will refer you to the part that talks about salaries. But just on to page 30. Before that, page 29, where you have classification of payments. Do you see that?
Yes.
Now, read the first paragraph.
First paragraph.
Yes.
Finance staff.
Yes, where you have classification of payments.
Okay. Finance staff must exercise great care to ensure that payments are correctly classified into expenditure accounts using appropriate codes. When in doubt, correct clarification should be sought from the Director of Finance, and if necessary, the allocation of new subhead if none exists.
Good. And now you have seen the different type of payments. You have 503, you have procedure for payments and expenditure. Do you see that?
Yes.
You have 1, preparation and payment of personal emoluments. You've seen that, sir? It
Yes.
tells you what it entails, correct?
Yes.
You have 2, the payment of salaries and wages.
Yes.
Now, can you read us through how salaries and wages are paid?
The salaries, okay, you say let me explain how the salaries are paid.
You can read to us. It's there in black and white.
The salaries and wages of the employees of the council should be prepared monthly by the designated account clerk by the 20th of each month.
Yes.
Using the council's payroll.
Yes.
Yes.
Go ahead.
The payroll should contain the following details.
Yes, it tells you what it should contain. Right?
Yes.
You turn to the next page, it tells you about the allowances, the salaries again, the tax deductions, the vouchers, and then you go to H, it tells you about the salary payment vouchers and the monthly payroll, correct?
Yes.
It tells you about who the people paid through bank and cash. If you look at I, it says bank schedules shall be prepared for the employees who receive their salaries through their bank accounts. J, cash schedules shall be prepared for employees who receive their salaries in cash at the bank. The schedules should contain column for employees' signatures. Now K, the bank schedules and cash schedules should all total up to the amount on the salary payment voucher. You see that, sir?
Yes.
Now I, the salary payment voucher, bank schedules and cash schedules are then checked and passed by payroll clerk and confirmed by the senior accounts clerk and submitted to the internal auditor for pre-payment auditing. Have you seen all this?
Yes.
Now, there is a process. Is that not the case?
Yes.
It says, after verification by the internal auditor, the checks are drawn as follows.
Yes.
The checks are drawn as follows.
Yes.
1, In the case of employees whose salaries are being paid directly to the banks, for the total amount on each bank schedule containing the names of employees, their bank accounts, numbers, and amounts, and the amounts to be credited to their respective bank accounts. Let's first analyze that. If your withdrawals are for salaries, you'll be holding a file, a bag. Going to the bank, you are not going to only hold one check, $500,000 is, go and withdraw, we have salaries to pay. No. You're going to hold a file, just like mine, a bag. You know what will be there?
No.
What do you think will be there?
No, what you said is right.
No, let's get to the details. What do you think will be there?
No, it was supposed to be like that.
No, forget, we have to have the details. What do you think will be in your bag, your file, going to the bank?
It's supposed to go with an authority, sort of, like what the amount would be for.
All these details, even the checks against the people that are supposed to be paid and everything in detail. So it means, in essence, in summary, the check authorizing you to withdraw, even if that is supposed to be the format they want to adopt, must have all these necessary supporting documents. There are people paid over the counter or in cash, and there are people paid at the bank. That is when it is time for salary. That is how salaries are supposed to be paid.
Yes.
But not you, Mr. Toure, to have a check saying withdraw 5, pay Mr. Toure $500,000 and he is paid $500,000. No, you should refuse that.
I'm knowing that now.
Not my fault. Not my fault. I really want to understand you. I definitely will want to understand you, but not my fault. That's the point. And the second paragraph says, in the case of employees who receive their salaries in cash at the council, for the total net salaries payable in the name of employees designated as paying officer, payment of salaries in cash to employees shall be witnessed by the Director of Finance or any senior officer so delegated by him. So you see, there is a process. We want to make sure every dollar that is not yours is not taken.
Equally, I would love it to be like that.
Not about what you love. If we leave it to human decisions, everyone will want to abuse it. That's why you have regulations. That's why you went and studied this course. You applied for it because you've studied.
But I would hope you would understand.
What?
I said, I hope you would understand.
I will not.
In
sir.
such an environment.
I will not understand that.
Okay.
Trust me, I will not understand that. What I understand is people use the system, a broken system, for their own advantage. But you understand that it's okay? No. If I want to convince the commissioners that's okay, I will really not be respected. So I will not understand that. You should understand that what you're doing is wrong. And it's not as if you don't know about it. You knew about it, but probably by virtue of your position, you felt you have to be quiet and do as you're told. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Now we go on. You have Supersonic's account for the year 2021. You have withdrawn $2,907,298 without following due process. Do you agree with that?
Yes, since I'm the one who make most of the withdrawals.
Yes.
Yes.
For 2022, sorry, you have withdrawn $1,688,000 without following due process. Because the necessary supporting documents were not present. Correct?
I would say yes.
Good. You want to add any other thing?
Yes, I would want to add.
Go ahead, sir.
I would say yes, because upon realizing that it was not right,
Yes.
now
Yes.
I can admit. But before, I would see myself as, executing a duty.
Yes.
That was incumbent upon me, as it was made to me.
Yes.
Yes.
But you know it's wrong.
Now, yes.
There are two things. There are the two forms of liability, Mr. Toure. The Toure, if you're a lay person, you may have an excuse that you don't know. But I'm sure you must have you must have been very familiar with the saying that ignorance of the law is not an excuse. You've heard that several times.
I understand, Council.
Yeah. Yes, that's the bottom line. But more so when you are in a position to know, because you were educated along those lines.
That's true. And like here at the commission,
Yes.
I believe the education doesn't only end in your work environment or what you learn at school. Some event would be equally termed as education as well.
So you term this one as education as well?
Yes, I would say.
Now, we move to the other issues. EcoBank. EcoBank in 2019, you withdrew $10,000. And then 2020, your total withdrawal is $12,647,206, 53 buttons. No supporting document. Is that a correct statement?
Yes, it's correct.
And so because of the no supporting document, the withdrawals were unlawful. You agree with that?
I would agree.
In 2021, your total withdrawals were $14,146,967, 11 buttons. Mr. Chole, there were no supporting documents. Is that a statement of fact?
There were no supporting document given to me, personally.
Yes.
Me who went to make withdrawals.
Yes. And so
I wouldn't know. I don't know if the director can provide this, like me going to make withdrawals.
yes.
Because here I am. It's been portrayed as if I make the withdrawal and it is in my possession.
No. It's not portrayed. You don't say it is portrayed as if. That is a wrong statement. No one saying it is in your possession. Do you understand that?
Yes, I
I
understand.
do not think, really, that you will withdraw all this money and all this money will be in your possession. You would have probably been in jail. Even the same people that send you would probably be hunting you by now.
Yes.
Do you understand that? But
Very
Mr.
well.
Today, I'm not going to exclude you from also being part of a conspiracy as well in one way or the other.
Very well.
I'm not going to exclude you.
Yes.
I don't think, genuinely, I'm speaking for myself, individually. I don't know what the commissioners think, but I will not exclude you from it because you knew, you were in a position to know, you were educated. You studied, you went to school, you went to MDI and studied AAT diploma. You knew fully well that there are procedures for accounting. In accounting, there are steps that you must follow. You know that.
Yes.
That is why it is difficult to absolve you entirely. And I have to repeat, for everything you are responsible for, the ones that authorize you, they will come and sit where you are sitting, probably together or separately. But they are going to answer for the same thing. So don't think for once that we are saying that you spend all this money alone, individually. That is not possible. That cannot happen. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Yes. And please, you don't have to agree with some of the questions that we may ask you, either the councils or the commissioners. Do you do your best to answer the questions, but genuinely and honestly?
I would.
That's the most important thing. So today, we have also, in 2022, the total of your withdrawals in the account, in the EcoBank account, is $16,782,432.48 buttons. You don't have supporting documents for any of these withdrawals. Is that a correct statement?
Yes, that's correct.
And therefore the withdrawals were unlawful. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
For 2023, the total of your withdrawals is $15,580,803.92 buttons. The same thing. I'm putting it to you as well that your withdrawals were not supported by any supporting documents. Do you agree?
Yes, the supporting documents were never given to me.
Were never given to you. But
Yes.
I just have to do the procedure because it's every bank, every year withdrawal, the total, so that we do it in sequence. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And therefore you also agree with me that the withdrawals were unlawful withdrawals.
Yes.
We go to Vista Bank. You're making withdrawals from Vista Bank as well?
Yes, Vista Bank.
Yes. In 2020, $329,717.50. No supporting documents as well?
No supporting document.
And unlawful withdrawals? Do you agree the withdrawals were unlawful because they were not supported?
Yes, I was not given any supporting document. So,
And for Vista Bank, you have 2021, 14,469,048.81 bututs. No supported documents and the withdrawals were unlawful. Do you agree with that statement, sir?
yes.
2022 for Vista Bank, 27,174,868.81 bututs. You were not given any supporting documents for these withdrawals,
No.
and the withdrawals were unlawful. Do you agree with that?
I would agree.
And 2023, checks were drawn in your name. The total amount is $2,060,000. The withdrawals were not supported by any document, and they were unlawful. Do you agree with that statement?
I would agree.
2020, GT Bank 2020. Your withdrawals amount to $673,958.45 bututs. Now, these withdrawals were not supported by any supporting documents, correct?
Very well.
And you agree that the withdrawals were unlawful because of that.
Because of that, yes.
2021, the total withdrawal is $3,342,554. There were no supporting documents for this withdrawal. Do you agree?
Very well.
And therefore, the withdrawals were unlawful. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
$9,612,630.6 bututs was for 2022. 2022 for GT Bank. No supporting documents as well. Do you agree with that, sir?
Yes.
And you agree with the statement that these withdrawals were unlawful because of there were no supporting documents? Do you?
Yes, yes.
Now, 2023, same bank, $1,402,860. Again, the same conclusion, sir? No supporting documents? Do you agree with that?
Yes, Council.
I know it's frustrating. It is as well to me, Mr. Ture. Trust Bank. 2021 Trust Bank, you had withdrawn an amount of $12,808,540, 5 bututs. And Mr. Ture, these withdrawals were not in line with the financial manual. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
And so because they violated the financial manual, they were unlawful withdrawals.
Very well.
You have 2022, 14 million is what you have withdrawn, $49,970.74 bututs. And so these withdrawals as well, they did not follow due process and they were unlawful. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
So the summary of your withdrawals, Mr. Ture, with respect to the area council's bank accounts, is EcoBank alone. Your withdrawals, Mr. Amadou Ture, is $59,167,464, 4 bututs.
Yes, I make most of the withdrawals from EcoBank
Yes.
because that's where most of the deposits goes to.
Yes.
So normally at the end of the month, they would send us to make a huge withdrawal and then that money to go and deposit it to another bank.
Supersonics, $4,595,298. Vista Bank, your total is $44,033,635, 12 bututs. GT Bank, $15,032,002, 51 bututs. Trust Bank, $26,858,510, 79 bututs. Your total withdrawals since you were employed is $149,686,910, 46 bututs. All these withdrawals, Mr. Ture, did not follow due process. Do you agree with that?
I would agree.
And they were all unlawful by virtue of the fact that it was contrary to the financial manual.
Yes, since I've not been given any.
Any questions?
Just one question, Mr. Ture. You have earlier told the Commission that you were aware of the financial manual during the course of the sitting of the Commission.
Yes.
Is that what you said?
Yes.
Now, let's just take a sample of some of the summary from the accounts. For example, GT Bank.
Yes.
For the month of January, 1st of January, now let me just give you the Vista Bank instead of the GT Bank. From the 3rd of January to the 26th of January, the sum total you withdrew from the account, that is the Vista Bank account,
Yes.
is 2,060,000.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And you have told us that you were aware of the financial manual. And this is just the preceding year, that is in 2023. I just gave you the summary of where we are supposed to stop our inquiry, that is January 2023.
Yes.
Now, from the 3rd of January 2023 to the 26th of January 2023, you withdrew the sum of $2,060,000. And you have told us that you became aware of the financial manual when the Commission started sitting. So, what my question to you is, after knowing what the financial manual is saying, why did you continue to withdraw monies from the council's account without having the proper documentation to that effect?
I think probably the interim, within the interim, when I downloaded the financial manual,
Yes.
and this, I don't know, I cannot recall, I don't even recall the like this withdrawal you mentioned. But now, as of now, in the council, I wouldn't do that for anyone, because they know it. Even since I started coming to the investigation, if they don't put things in place, I did myself, that where I would not be used again in such instances.
When last did you receive a check to go and cash and come and pay out the monies for council activity?
I cannot recall a date when last I was given a check to.
You cannot recall?
Yes.
Well, Mr. Ture,
Yes.
saying you understand what the law says with respect to how you should do your job is one thing, but having to have the ability to follow the law is another thing. So I believe that you have been enlightened more as to what is contained in the financial manual, as to what your role is as a paying out cashier.
Very well, yes, very well now.
That is, are you done with this witness?
No, we have just about 10 to 15 minutes with him. So we can
Yes,
come back
if
tomorrow.
We can come. We may rise.